Okay, this is the second part, and we're going to learn about how to actually do the user control code. Now, when doing the user control code, you're going to go to the user control void, and this is where you're going to put it all. So I'm going to delete all this text right here. This, you don't need any of that. So you want to make sure you put all the things in the while loop. If it's not in the while loop, it's not going to do anything. So, to begin, we'll do the drivetrain. So first we'll want to get our left front motor, and we're going to make it spin. We want the motor to spin to make the wheel spin. And whenever you tell something to spin, the format is to put the direction type. So we're going to put vex direction type forward. And whenever doing these types of, whenever working with code, always the second word in something will always be capitalized. The first word is lowercase, the second, the third, every word onward is capitalized with no spaces. So we'll put it direction type forward, and then we're going to tell it how fast to go. Now you could just put 10, right? And then it'll be vex velocity, and then you have to put the velocity units, and then we'll just do RPM, right? Oh, double colon. So now, while running user control, the left front motor will be running at 10 RPM. That is not what we want because we have no control over it, right? So we will want to make it go depending on the axis position. So on the controller, there's two axes. There's the one on the left, which is the 3-4 axes, and there's the one on the right, which is the 2-1 axes, or the 1-2 axes. And so 1 is a horizontal, 2 is vertical, and then 3 is vertical, 4 is horizontal. So if we want it like Colby did last year, we want it forward and back with 2, and we want it turning with 4, we'll want it to go by, oh, I don't want to do that. We'll want it the controller 1, right, because we're on controller 1, dot axes 2 dot position. And so that will bring it, so the left front motor will move depending now on the axis 2 position, which goes from, let me get back in here, this is positive 127 up here, and this is negative 127. So it's going to be running forward at, it's going to try to go to 127 RPM. It would probably be better to make this percent, so we'll change it to percent units. It'll be going at now 120%, which it can't, so it'll just be going at 100%, which is 200 RPM. But we don't want it to just go forward. We want it to turn too. So we'll add it on the left. On the left we'll add it, on the right we'll subtract it. So on the left, we'll add it to the controller 1 dot axis 4 dot position. So now so this is positive 127, this is negative, I believe, I don't know, it might be reversed. But it'll add, these two will add together, 2 and 4 will add together to make the percentage. Now you might have to, if you need to, you can get that parentheses and multiply it by a certain number. So you can multiply it by like 0.7 if it's going by 0.7 if it's going too fast. But we'll just leave it like this for now. Now what we'll do, we'll copy it and paste it 4 times. And we'll format it back to how it should be. So now we got the same code 4 times. But we don't want that. We want to change the motors. So this one will be right front motor. We'll change this to left back motor. And then we'll change this to right back motor. Now they're all going to go the same way, but we don't want them to go the same way because then it'll only go forward and backwards. It will not turn at all. So we want to change the right ones to a negative sign because it'll be subtracting the axis 4 position on the right one. So if we look back here, if we have the left one here adding and the right one here subtracting, and it will be the same with the other 2 ones. So if we're turning this way and we're going plus 100 and we're going up at plus 100 also, and these are the positive numbers. With the left one, it'll be 100 plus 100, and so that'll be 200%. Maybe we could do RPM, but it'll be 200%, and the left motors will be moving very fast. But with the right motors, it'll be 100 minus 100, so the right motors will not be moving at all. So if we have the wheels here on the robot, and the left ones over here are moving very fast, and these ones are not moving at all, it's going to turn to the right because the left motors are moving forward and these ones are not. And if you do just a flat out turn and you have nothing over here, so scratch out this 100, and you just have the positive 100, you got 0 plus 100, and then you got 0 minus 100 on the right motor. So then these will be moving backwards and these will be moving forwards, and so it'll just make a more direct turn. So I'll remove all these and draw back the wheels. And that will be your drivetrain.